Hello. Tuesday, 9:31. A34 carnage. I don't know what's going on up here. Just seen an ambulance go up through. I've been stuck in this for the best part of an hour, I suppose. No idea. I would suspect, because we've had some horrendous bad weather today and last night. It was a storm that was, well, it was just a bad storm. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of standing water, and as per usual, people drive too fast, too close together, and what do you expect? I saw it this morning, people driving really fast, and it was dark, and there's people really driving really fast, no lights on. It's like he's not right in the head, some folk. I don't know. As long as everyone's alright, or survives, then that's the main thing. So I'm on my way to south of Doncaster. Well, it's sort of nearly Rotherham really, but with that sort of area. And supposed to be there for 1:30. I actually had about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of wiggle room. At the moment I'm down to yeah, I had nearly 2 hours of wiggle room, and as things stand at the moment, I'll be down to 5 minutes of wiggle room. So I'll have lost an hour and 55. Why in that white van did he think like, why? Yeah, then you're likely to hit the guy on a scooter, you knobber. Unbelievable, some people. You seem to be moving a bit. Like they've moved everything out of the way after all that, so good. We've still got 20 miles before we get to the M40. At least the accident is now cleared out of the way. And more or less back up to operating speed. So anyway, I had a long weekend. Finished Friday lunchtime. Yeah, finished Friday lunchtime. Had a little job down in Little Hampton in the morning, first thing, and then come back, got the box off, and back to the yard, parked up, went home. Had Saturday, Sunday, and it was an agreed Monday that I would have off. I said I would do it, just so I can spend another day with a gorgeous Kira. You know, it's like it suited me. Come on, you can go a little faster. There's no reason to sit at this speed now. There you go. And yeah, I had the day off. Did a bit of DIYing, changed the toilet seat. Did some silicone sealant around the shower cubicle where I'd managed to knock it off the kilter when I fell over. And what else did we do? Defrosted the freezer. Took some stuff up to the caravan that needed to go out there, checked on that. What else is there? What else is there? What else we did? I think that's about it really. Got a load of videos done for you. We're up to operating speed now. I saw a clip of, I follow a guy in America that talks all about US trucking channels and stuff like that, and he was saying that all the truckers are up in arms because they're being they might bring in new legislation that will limit the trucks to 60 mile an hour. So at the moment they run at 70, you know, it's 70 mile an hour. I think they carry slightly less weight than us. I think they carry up to about 38 tonne, but even so, 38 tonne at 70 mile an hour. And yes, they have long stretches of wide open road, but even so, I don't know. And they're complaining. The thing that they didn't take into consideration was that, oh, I'm going to have to drop my speed down to 60 mile an hour. I'm going to be losing money because I get paid by the mile. Well, okay, it might take you a few minutes extra, but your miles per gallon are going to go up. So you're going to make more money and saving on fuel. You're burning a big old rig, pulling 38 tonne at 70 mile an hour. You must be down to 5-6 mile a gallon. Or you can do like I do, where we're limited to 56. Well, I'd put my limiter down to 53 and go into eco mode. I'm getting nearly 11 mile to the gallon, nearly double what they can do. So their fuel costs could halve. So they'll make the money back up that way. No, it's too thick to even think of that. Unbelievable. Plus there's a safety issue as well. So the accident, they reckon if they slow down it will create more accidents. Really? Yeah, arguably if you were driving at 20 or 30 or 40 mile an hour in a 60 mile an hour limit or in a 70 mile an hour, yeah, you will, but at 10 mile an hour, you're not going to be causing a problem. You've got to come and drive in Europe, boys, I tell you. Come on over. So I don't know if there's anyone else who drives. What are your thoughts on that? What do you reckon? I certainly wouldn't want to run at 70 mile an hour. So I'll run at 53 mile an hour. Take it nice and steady. Certainly less stressful by knocking the speed off a bit. You're not caught out in that outside lane. I mean, I've got a guy coming up overtaking me now. He's taking forever to get past. It's just done what, got the bloke behind me, he's just done him. He's just got up level to the back of my truck now. Still coming. Just up. Just going past me now, he just edged now, there you go. Yeah. Was it worth it? Barely getting by me. There's a lot of spray on the road. Oh, he's off again. He had the sense to pull over to let some cars past him, so fair play to him for that, but no, he's going, I mean, we're doing 53, he's probably doing 54, 55, 55, maybe even pushing on 56. But it's just not worth the hassle. So my plan at the moment is well, the original plan was to was to take an hour off, use the facilities, get a brew and have half hour's worth of kit, but clearly that is not going to happen now. Still got 145 mile to go, which is the best part of 3 hours. It's telling me with no stops I'll get there at 1:45 and I've got to take a break. So I've lost all my wiggle room now. That is it. Anything else goes wrong, I'm going to be late. And I went for the earlier hours. I went for, I could either have had a 6 till 7 or a 7 to 8 slot on the docks, and I went for the 6 to 7. Mind you, if I went for the 7 to 8, I probably wouldn't have been any further behind. I would have caught the tail end of the traffic and would have cruised on through. I saved myself an hour. So it's, you never know, do you? You never know. I can see myself stopping. I was going to stop at a red line, but I can see myself stopping at Cherwell Valley now for a quick break. So we're coming up to the outskirts of Oxford. Oxford is over to my right. Way over to my right. And it sort of scoots around the outskirts. And I think that's sort of you up to date really. Come on in. bad today. Came across a whole load of interesting statistics as well whilst I was off yesterday. Scary statistics. On you go. Scary statistics. I'll do those in another video though. And I'm not sure whether that's going to be a short video or whether it's going to be I'll build it into a longer video. A bit undecided yet. But yeah, I was thinking up some topics to talk about. Well, at least the sun's shining at the moment. Oh, we had Halloween last night. We had quite a few trick-or-treaters around our close. They normally puts up. We always put Christmas lights up in the group of houses where I live, and which is always really nice. But we did Halloween this year as well, which was quite cool. So we had loads of little kids knocking on the door last night, and we got through some amount of Haribo. I suspect there will be some hyper kids last night. Mind you, I had a few packets, and it might be the reason why I didn't sleep well last night. God, terrible night's sleep. Didn't help that the gorgeous Kira was snoring like a Tyrannosaurus. Bless her. Well, that and a cross between a horse. I don't know how she makes the noises she makes. I've never heard anyone snore like she snores. Quite an achievement, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be, I think I'm going to have to stop in Chilwell Valley up here because I need a wee. And that'll save a bit of time rather than going into the red line. And then we'll just batter on up to where I'm going. It's I think I showed you the other day when I went past the stockyard, and it's a road that carries on going. So I don't think I recorded the way out, but I didn't record the way in. So I'll do that as we come off the motorway and the way in. And then I'll be up there, and then I can't remember how long it took to tip in there. I think I was there a couple of hours maybe. I think it must have been a couple of hours. 3 hours I think, if I remember rightly. So I get half 1, half 2, half 3, I'll be 4:30. I'll be coming out of there and looking for somewhere to stop, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know where I'm going to stop tonight. So I was hoping to get up there a little bit earlier, but when I was in there last time I had to wait to get onto the they've only got one ramp, and I had to wait to get onto the ramp, and then the guy that was coming in behind me had to wait for me to be finished before he could get on. So I don't think it pays to get there too early, because you're just not going to get on. It seemed to. But just my luck though, they won't have anybody there before me this time. I could have got on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rubbish. I think I forgot to say, after I picked the truck up for service, there was no issues. There was no issues when the truck went in, so you don't really want any coming out with issues, but no, a clean bill of health, and away we went. I shall speak to you all later. Hello, back again. We're just getting on to the M40 now. M40, 5 miles and then come off, so I thought I'd leave you on as I go into Chilwell Valley. I was thinking a bit more about the pros and cons of the trucks in America being limited. You see some horrendous pictures of when they have accidents in America. They seem to have their fair share of multiple pileups. Now, you could say it's because the amount of vehicles they have on the roads over there, and because there's a lot more vehicles, obviously there's a lot more accidents. But when they seem to have accidents, my word, don't they have accidents? Do you know what I mean? Especially in bad weather. And it's because they're all doing 60, 70 mile an hour still. It's like, hang on a minute, boys. Personally, I don't know about anyone else, but personally, I think 60 mile an hour is fast enough. Doesn't matter that the road's wide open. 70 mile an hour, you ain't got a lot of time to react to it's 60 miles an hour, or at 56 like we're limited to. You haven't got a lot of time to react if something goes horribly wrong. But you had another near on 20 mile an hour to that speed, you've got no hope. You're just the next thing you're going to be is a casualty or a corpse. You ain't going to be able to stop it from running off the road or on a blowout or at those sort of speeds. Yeah, a blowout at 70 mile an hour. A blowout at 56 or 53 is bad enough, but the chances are you would survive it. But the blowout at 70 mile an hour, you're pushing your luck as to what that vehicle is capable of doing. I'm not convinced that running it at 70 is safer than running at 60. I don't think that argument stacks up somehow. I could be wrong. I just can't see it. Yep, I'll get hiccups now. Can't see it. I don't know what your thoughts are, so let me know in the comments below. Let me know, see what you think. I'd be interested to I suspect most will would rather err on the side of caution. And whilst the safety features in all vehicles have greatly improved over the last 20-30 years, the result of a blowout at 70 mile an hour is still the same today as it was 20 to 30 years ago. You know, fairly catastrophic. Factor 60 transport. He'll never have to reverse up to a bay on that, will he? There's no back doors. Neither we. Crops are starting to come up through on the left and on the right back there. Well, I'm cutting across country now. Let's come off of there, A43 across. Do my usual trick up the A5 to miss out that bad junction at Northampton. Then up the M1, up to junction 32. Come off at junction 1, I think it is, for the stockyard, and carry that road on out. Something to eat as well. Bloody hungry.
Take the exit 10.
Here we go. Right hand lane because I want the services. Sets me up right for when I exit the roundabout. I think I've still got lane departure on.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, then keep left.
Nice and steady round the roundabout though. Into the correct lane for services though.
After 300 feet, keep left.
No.
Keep left.
She's going to be on the bear hunt in a minute. Come on, I need a wee.
After 600 feet, bear right, then keep right. Bear right, then keep right.
Bears to the right.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right, then keep right.
Then to our usual spot.
At the end of the road, turn right, then turn left.
There we go. We're in. Right, that'll do me. Right. Speak to you all later. Hello. Well, I'm pushing on. What we're going to talk about now is trying to understand the industry a little bit more. And the question I have is why do truckers quit? Why do they leave the industry? I'll tell you why. And it's a number of reasons.
Turn left.
It's not just one. It's normally 2 or 3 reasons why people go, nah. And you increasingly hear of new people that have just got their licenses and, you know, not lasting that long at all. Like I said, there's normally a couple of reasons, and maybe it's because of the lack of understanding of what the industry is about to start off with. And it might be down to, well, it might well be down to people coming into the industry with rose tinted glasses and not realising that actually you got to do some hours. It's you got to graft. It's not a difficult job, and anybody can be trained up to become a class 1 driver, but you got to put some time in. And for some people that have only, done 35 hours in a warehouse a week or 39 hours in a warehouse a week, it can be a bit of a shock to work 60, 70 hours.
600 feet, keep right, then bear left.
So, one of the contributing factors is the amount of hours that you, not just
keep right, then bear left.
It's expected of you. Where's he going? It's just expected of you to be working, a 60, 65 hour week.
Then turn right.
And people don't realise. They go, oh yeah, but you're governed. Yeah, we are governed. It's the way that we're governed that's the issue. It allows for that to happen. 15-hour days. There aren't many other jobs around that, you get to work 15-hour days. And again, that depends on the type of firm that you work for.
Half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A43.
I rarely do a 15-hour day, I've got to be honest. Rarely. Unless it suits me. But I rarely do one. But I know of others that are pushed to do 15-hour days. And they feel obliged to do 15-hour days. And if you're hourly paid, which I'm not, you want to maximise your earnings, then 15-hour days are the way to go. Not for me. Also, the early starts and late finishes, the inconsistency of it throws.
The second exit, A43.
It throws your body clock all over the shop. If you're getting up at 2, 3 o'clock one morning, and then 7, 8 o'clock the next morning, and then back to 4 o'clock the next morning, you're like, you don't know whether you're coming or going.
Follow A43 for 3 miles.
So, and unpredictable. You could be going, oh yeah, I'll get back to the yard at 3 o'clock today, I'll get an early finish. No, you're still on the road at 6:30 at night. or you don't even make it home. It's the unpredictability of when you're going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be home tonight, love. Put tea on. No, you're not, mate. You know. So there's the unpredictability of when you finish as well. So even if you plan it in, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And that brings you on to the being away from home lark, you know. I mean, my contract is as a tramper. I'm not a day man, I'm not a night man, I'm not on 4 on 4 off, none of that. I'm a tramper. So I expect, I'm expected to get in the truck on a Monday morning, sometimes on a Sunday morning, but that's down to my choice. But I sometimes go in on a Sunday night just to make life easier if I've got a really early start. But the next time you get home is Friday, if you're lucky. Well, Friday, if that's what you're planned. And let's get past this black guy here. He seems to be going on a go slowly. So, you know, it's being away from home can be quite tricky for some. Our kids are growing up, they're all at uni. It's just me and the gorgeous Kira, so and she's very understanding. But you know, if you've got a young family, like I've said before in other videos, then please don't think about it. All you're going to do is piss her off, because she's going to be at home to do all the cooking, all the cleaning, looking after their kids. You're never going to be there. You're never going to be there for the school play. You like to think that you will be. Oh yeah, I'll be home tonight, love. No, you won't. You're stuck in traffic on the M4. Ain't happening. You promised you'd be home. Yeah, well, I couldn't. Yeah, but you promised. People don't see that. They don't see that it's impossible for you to get home. All they see is you weren't home. So there's a lot to take into consideration, you know. It's not just, I'm going to be a truck driver. If you're going to be away from home during the week, you've got to take into consideration how that affects your family life and your kids. And I know the money can be better. Well, the money is better. But you don't want that to be detrimental to your family, or your marriage, or your partner, or whatever relationship you're in. If you want that to go peak toll, you go tramping.
And take the second exit, A43.
And this next one applies to all walks of life, doesn't it? And it's poor management. There's nothing worse than having poor management. That can make even the best of people leave.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
It's an age-old thing, and the trouble with the haulage industry is that you tend to have management. A vast majority of them are ex-drivers. They come up through the ranks, and you know, they've been around, time served, they've done 20 years on the road, and they want an easier life, so they go in the office and they start managing, they start throwing their people weight around. They've got no idea how to manage, they've had no formal training. Last 20 years they've been owned stuck in a cab, they've got no interactional skills. You know? Well, fucking do it like this, do it like that. You know, it's like, hang on a minute, no, you can't talk to people like that, I'm afraid. And that's not me being a snowflake. There are laws that stop you from being like that. You know, and some of these companies that operate like that are gonna, as the younger generations come up through, are gonna be going, you can't talk to me like that, my friend. I'm going in for constructive dismissal, and I'm going to take you for 40-50 grand. Go on then. And they do, and all of a sudden you're 40-50 grand out of pocket. Yeah, well done, mate. You know, you got the industry is full of slows on that pushback. You know, it's the whole industry is bone age. You know, it's run by dinosaurs. The vast majority of companies are run by dinosaurs. Companies that are run well are few and far between.
and take
Thankfully,
the second exit.
I work for a company that's reasonably well up together. There's always going to be the odd moment, isn't there? You know, that's in every walk of life. Don't make you get the best management in the world. You're going to disagree sometimes, but you know, I would say that the company I work for is bang on, absolutely bang on. If you've got a problem, you just make a phone call, and there's always somebody to speak to. I've never had an issue. Well, I have, but they've been resolved.
Third exit, A43.
So, yeah. But people do leave because, you know, the management is just rubbish, you know? And you need to have that backup and support to do this sort of work. And not feel like you're going to get hung out to dry any second. Or tucked up.
Right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A43.
Let's go through these lights. I thought he was going to keep on coming in. It seemed to be slowing down too much. Poor planning. You know, if you're constantly given jobs that are unachievable, then there's only so much of that you'll put up with, because it's you that gets the flack when you get to the other end. It's not the planner. He don't really care. So you've got to have a sensible planner, and not someone where you go, that ain't going to happen, friend. I ain't got enough hours. And for them to have a wobble and throw the keyboard about, so they're playing Scrabble, trying to put the keys back onto the keyboard again. You know, you need to have a planner that's on the same wavelength as the drivers, and know that, you know, that if you're coming up, don't plan them on a 15-hour day, because they ain't going to happen. Because if anything goes wrong, it just ain't going to happen.
And take the second exit.
And also being aware that actually a driver does get tired and he may need to pull over. So don't plan a 15-hour day when he might have to pull over at 13, which is still a long old day for him. He might have driven 9 hours in that, or, you know, 8-9 hours in that 13-hour day. And bad equipment, poor equipment. People leave because the trucks they're driving are absolute tosh, you know? Either breaking down, falling apart, or just uncomfortable. The seat's worn, the steering wheel's dirty, you're getting into a bit of kit that 20 other people have been in, and it's just not clean. It's poor, isn't it? And again, thankfully, with my, you know, the company I work for, I've got my own dedicated truck. No one else drives this unless I'm on holiday.
After half a mile, right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A43.
And even then, it could be parked up for 2 weeks and not touched. You know, it's just it's the way the company works. So, not truck changing. You have your own dedicated truck. You're responsible for it and keep it up together.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
But the moment you start breaking down on a regular basis is the moment you go, hang on a minute. If we're breaking down, there's normally a reason why you're continually breaking down. You're driving ancient kit, or it's not being maintained properly. And if they're not maintaining it properly, are you safe?
Follow A43 for 5 miles.
You know, you've got to be confident in what you're driving. And, you know, if you're tramping as well, even as a dayman, let's turn that bloody thing off. Even as a dayman, it's nice to be able to put your sandwiches into a fridge. You know, and if you're tramping, you need to have a fridge. I mean, I wouldn't tramp without a fridge. Sorry. When I first started, I'd tramp without a microwave. Because it's not the end of the world, and I actually ate healthier when I didn't have a microwave. So, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to not having a microwave, but it's a nice addition to have. So a well spec'd out truck, you know, with aircon that works and everything works. Aircon, stuff like that. It makes a lot of difference to the ability to be able to survive for a week away, or in sometimes 2-3 weeks away, depending if you're doing Euro work or not. You know, it makes a huge difference. And there are people that will go, yeah, I'll drive for that, and it's like, you're on for a hiding, mate. One of my biggest issues, and this is nothing to do with the company. This is the industry as a whole. So this is an industry issue, and that's parking. We have here in the UK, for those of you that are watching it, horrendous parking issues for trucks. Absolutely horrendous. You know, there's certain places you can't park at all. Kent is a classic example of a county that has a lot of through traffic of trucks, yet very limited parking. You can't park in industrial estates, you can't park in lay-bys, on A-roads. You know, you're getting clamped or fined. And it's like, well, where do you know, there's rules and regulations. We have to take a break by law. If we find ourselves in Kent at a certain time of day where we're running out of time, what do you want us to do? You know, teleport ourselves to another county so that we can park up safely? It just beggars belief. You try pulling into a service station car park for trucks after around 6 o'clock at night. You'd be very lucky to get a spot. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'll be lucky. And in some of them, there'll be no hope whatsoever. It's just a joke. You know, we should have somewhere, a safe place to be able to park. And a lot of that is down to the local councils doing away with truck parking in their car parks at night and in towns. They say, no, we don't want trucks parking in here at night. We've done away with it in the old coach parking. You know, there's no coach parking. There's no truck parking. You just can't park anywhere. Parking a lay-by, you're likely to have your load nicked or your diesel nicked. It's just, service stations are exactly the same. And drivers are going, do you know what? It's just a stressful thing. I'm faced with that exact problem today. I know I'm going into this place 1:05. It's a 3-hour tip. I was 1, I was 2, I was 3, I was 4. I've got about 2 hours of driving after that, which gets me to about 6:30. I'm going to be struggling to find somewhere to park at 6:30 at night. It's just a joke.
After 1 mile, keep right.
And to add insult into injury on that, some drivers, their companies don't even pay for their parking. They're expected to park up in a lay-by at night. So you've got a 15-hour day, you could do with a shower, or at least use a toilet, and no, you've got to park up in a lay-by. How's that work?
After half a mile, keep right.
You know? Is that what is expected in this day and age? And again, that's not me being a snowflake. That's just what's he doing? Doing about 30 miles an hour.
Keep right.
It's just I looked at another company about a year or so ago, and I said to them, do you pay for parking? They went, no. I said, well, we got to cease this conversation now, my friend, because unless you pay for parking, I'm not your security guard, and B, it's a I like to be able to, if I want to get something to eat, I can get something to eat, or use the shop, or even use the facilities and get a shower at the end of the day. I'm trying to scrabble around and trying to find a lay-by. Sometimes it suits me to do that, and I don't mind doing it, but on occasion, but every day, no thank you. Again, thankfully, my company pays for parking. We can stop in service stations. In fact, they want us to stay in service stations and truck stops. They don't like us parking in lay-bys or industrial areas. Well, in a lot of the industrial areas, they clamp you as well now. There's no parking in a lot of these places. It's ridiculous. Or like that one over across the road there, where they've actually closed the lay-by off for some bizarre, unknown reason. Low pay. People often leave because of low pay. And the problem you have there is that there's such a discrepancy between companies. You can have company A that will do a base salary of around 23-24 grand, or you can have that you can 23 grand as a base salary and that's all you're ever going to earn. There are other companies that go, well, you have 23 grand, but you've got the option of earning, depending on overtime and all the other bits and pieces, and your meal rates, food allowance, and your overnight pay, and all the rest of it, and start times of early starts, and all the rest of it. That'll bump it up to like 30 grand. Or you can have some companies that that start at just shy of 40 grand, say, but you can make up to 50 plus. And the trouble is that a lot of people will go, they're new to the industry and they go, yeah, I'll take whatever I can, and they end up working for these shitty companies that only pay peanuts. They ride around in rough old gear and they get totally demoralised with it. They're not earning any money. They're earning, they work out that actually I'll be better off working in Aldi, on a 30-hour week contract. By the time I've done 50-60 hours, I'm out of pocket. I'm below minimum wage. And it's just people go, oh, I'm not doing it. And the companies that pay the top dollar are, again, few and far between. Luckily, again, the company I work for, absolutely spot on, one of the better payers. So I can't complain. But, even sometimes you think, well, I could really do with, that was you're starting at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's peeing down with rain, and you're going, and you've got a 15-hour day to get through. Or you're still working 15 hours later, 14 hours later, trying to find somewhere to park up. You go, bloody hell, I need to be earning more money for this shit. So even on good pay, it makes you wonder sometimes. And increasingly that I've heard now that more new drivers are coming into the industry, that they can't. Is he going in there? What are you doing? About to cause an accident, you knobber. They either can't find a job because or a job that they're willing to work for because look at him smoking up there. It's always it's the same old thing. Is there a driver shortage? Well, no, not really. There's not really a driver shortage. It's just a lack of drivers willing to work for rubbish money. That's where the problem is. because these companies that are poor payers and have poor equipment are finding it tough because there just isn't any money in the job anymore. And then the other ones, the youngsters that are coming into the industry, the 19, 20, 21 year olds, you know, the company's going through saying, we can't insure you, mate, until you're 25. We can't, you know, come back then, we'll give you a job then. But at the moment, you're too young, fella. So they've been sort of led astray a bit. Yeah, get your, you know, these training companies, yeah, get your class 1, you'll be alright. Yeah, they will. When they're 25. So, you know, a lot of new drivers are failing at the first hurdle. They can't even get into the industry. You know, they sign on the agency work. Yeah, got your class 1, yeah. Well, we've got a 7.5 ton van job for you. Oh, I'm a class 1. Well, yeah.
Cross the roundabout and take the third exit, A43, North Actros.
I'm going second exit here. Green light. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is health issues.
Follow A5 towards Wheaton for 7.5 miles.
Now I'm going to do a separate video on health issues because again it's quite important because the statistics are absolutely frightening. But health issues, you know, it's not a healthy lifestyle. Long periods sat on your ass. Container work is really unhealthy. I mean, if you're loading equipment and you know and pumping cages about, shifting cages of gear about, and pallets and all that, then yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, that could be that's a way to keep you active. And you can build a bit of a workout into that. I've got a mate who has done, and he said he's never felt so good. But being a bone idle sort of person I am, cool, I don't know if I fancy that. I did a bit with Royal Mail, I quite enjoyed it. And I did a bit with a hire company, shifting portable toilets around, you know. And I quite enjoyed that. But I knew it was for a short period of time. So yeah, it's a you know, there's lots of health issues associated with driving a truck, and the average age of a trucker is quite high, and we have to pass quite a stringent medical to maintain and keep our licences. And if you've got, you know, high blood pressure or anything like that, then you're likely to lose your licence. Heart issues or anything like that, it's so, you know, whereas before you can, you know, if you're in manufacturing or trade, just track on but take it easy a bit. You can't do that with trucking. It's all or nothing. So like I say, there's a whole host of reasons why people leave, and it's generally more than one reason. When I started, I don't think I appreciated the amount of hours that you work. And I'll use the term work loosely. I'd rather use the word the length of shift, because very invariably, I've got maybe a 1, 2 or 3 hour unload up here, 3 hour tip, this place I'm going to, and in that 3 hours I might be able to get half hour's sleep or an hour's sleep, but then that would knacker me up for later today now because it's quite a late day. So I'm not actually doing anything because I don't unload on containers. You don't unload, you don't load, you don't do anything. You just wait for them to finish. But it's dead time. I can't do anything else. I can't just, you know, wander off and go go to the cinema or go to the shops, or do you know what I mean? You're tied to the truck, because at a moment's notice they go, right, drive, you're finished, and you've got to be ready to rock and roll within 2 or 3 minutes, because there's maybe another driver waiting to get on your bay. So you know, you've got to be relatively with it. You know, you could spend 2 or 3 hours down on the docks, but you've got to be glued to your mirrors, waiting for the straddler to come along and ready to hop out. You can't lie down and go to sleep for an hour. It's you know, you're on it. So yeah, there's a whole reason. There's a whole number of reasons why people leave the industry, and it's a bit of a shame, because if you get it right, it's an easy, well-paid job and enjoyable. I mean, you know, my last few videos, the countryside that I'm driving through is just, you know, even though I'm going up and down the same A34 on a daily basis, or the M3 on a daily basis, but the countryside's lovely. Beautiful. And that I find really enjoyable. I don't particularly enjoy getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's the unenjoyable bit. But that does afford me the prospect of being able to park up at a sensible time and get a parking space. So swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But today I didn't start until 5:20, so I'm going to struggle to park tonight. Really sort of covers, I think, the main reasons. If you've got any other reasons why people, if you've left the industry, why did you leave? Was it to get a better job with more home life balance? Because this isn't there's no balance in this job at all. And I think that's the other thing as well, is about being a tramper. It's a way of life, and I don't put way of life. Well, it is. It is. You either adapt to it and you like it and you enjoy it, or you shouldn't be doing it at all. You know, it's quite a. You know, you see on the forums what is going on here. You see on the forums people asking, what should I take? And it always gives me the shudders when I see stuff like that. What should I take when I start tramping? Well, what do you think to take? You know, everything that's going to make your life comfortable out on the road. Think of it as a camping trip. And it's these people that have never experienced that. You know, I was in the army. You know, I'm used to living out of a bag. I've lived out of a bag most of my life. To be totally honest with you, it's something that I'm used to, and I know exactly what. I always carry too much stuff with me, but so on the odd occasion that I need it, I've got it. You know, it's very easy to be uncomfortable. And I don't like being uncomfortable, so I tend to, you know. And some people just can't get their heads around that, and that's not having a dig at them. They're just not designed to be able to do that. You know, they like their home comforts. They like being able to get home and have a cup of tea at night, you know, and sit down in their favourite chair and watch the soaps and all that sort of malarkey. Me personally, I can't think of nothing worse. I'd rather sit in my truck and watch the sunset for half hour. whilst I have my tea. You know, that's the way I am. This scratches my itch, and I suspect it scratches a lot of other people's itches to be out and about and doing different things and sort of living on your wits a bit as to where you're going to play, what you're going to do, how far you're going to get, where you're going to get. Some people just can't do that. So there's a million and one reasons why, I suppose, really. I mean, I've just sort of a few things that sort of crossed my mind as to why people leave the industry, and it got me wondering as to why people leave, because you see quite often on these forums that people are leaving and they're all disgruntled, and it's like, well, when you start thinking about it, you start thinking about why these people are disgruntled. You look at all the reasons, and it makes it fairly, you know, there's enough reasons to make it work while they're leaving. It's a shame, really, because all the reasons why people leave could be sorted out. I reckon that bloke's going to go straight on. In fact, I think I might put money on it. No, he's not. The speed in which he came in, and I thought he was going to go straight on. So there you go. Why do most truckers quit? That's the reasons I thought of. But like I said, let me know. Why, if you were in the industry, why did you quit? And what did you go on? And more interesting, what did you go on to do? Did you retrain, or did you go back to a previous occupation? What are you doing now? Or did you just go, bugger it, I'm going to France, like I am?
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So let me know in the comments below. So a little short video for you, shorter than normal, just driving along, chatting a load of rubbish. Oh, it's not rubbish actually, you know, it's, he's coming in at some speed. Good job on light. Jeez, come down hurtling now. So let me know.
A5 Road Road towards Kisney for 8 miles.
And I'll speak to you later. Hello, time now 13:03. Just about to come off the M180 onto the A631. Due in at 13:25, so I managed to claw back 5 minutes.
After half a mile, take the exit 1A631 towards Rotherham, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit towards Warwickshire. Take the exit 1, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
It's the same way as I go to the stockyard, except I'm not going to the stockyard.
After a quarter of a mile, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A631, towards Warwickshire. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Not a lot of room here. You can see the tipper driver not even going to go through and take his mirrors off. Must be narrow. We've got about 9-10 miles to go. No, that didn't last long, did it? Blimey, alrighty. He's not caring too much. got him absolutely nowhere, did it?
Take the exit A631, Audrey Road. After 600 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A631, Audrey Road.
Bloody tipper drivers. I had another one behind me.
Audrey Road for 6 miles.
At least it's not raining at the moment. On a bit of a slant, something like that. Toll bar. I guess that used to be a pub, maybe. Looks like it should have been. I was only up here about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. Might have been longer, but Straight on. Don John. Well, you know the other day where we went through all the lights with no problems at all? Not getting it today. Another red light. Queen's Hotel. The Cake Hole, Delhi coffee shop and desserts. Healthy Delhi bomb, so it says. Mulberry. All the poppies on the railings. It's cool. Driver coming through. These bloody parked cars. Green light. So far I'm on 5 hours 39 driving to get here. Taking a bit of time today. Lumley Arms. Open, but not a soul in there. Remember all this from last time? I think I only recorded coming back. was a nice warm day last time I was here. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I'll have to have a look in my diary. Go down to a little village and turn right, I think, if I remember rightly. Windy. Hill. Oh, temporary lights. Traveller's Rest. Nowhere for me to rest. Blocking the road up. Excuse me. I'm coming on through, my son. Carpenter's Arms.
After 900 feet, turn right, A631, Sunderland Street.
gotta go.
Turn right.
And here. Follow this on road on down, and we've got a hanger left somewhere, I reckon. Scarborough Arms, a traditional pub, no less. Bullnose Scania, rigid, unusual. It's a nice part of the village down here. Getting the last cutting of the year, I reckon. Left down here, then a right.
After 900 feet, turn left, P6463, Strike Road.
Junction, love it. Scuffing those curbs then. It'll drag me in.
After a quarter of a mile, turn right, High Common Lane.
So I'm just going to turn right here, and then it's top of the hill. So I'll speak to you all on the way out, no doubt. Speak to you later. Hello. Well, I made a decision. Could have gone on a bit further, but there's been an accident just before the junction that I want. Which I've got no idea how long that's going to hold me up. So I can't risk not being able to park. So we're just abandoning it and going to the stockyard. It's the M1, you know, travelling down the M1 at 5 o'clock at night. Traffic's horrendous. Oh yeah, look, straight away. Yeah. It's just added another 15 minutes onto the journey. Yeah, no, it's no. I've made the right decision. 2 accidents now. So that's going to be more than a 15-minute hold up. So no, can it? Supposed to be on the docks for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm 200 mile away. Possible. Find out in the morning. The only fly in the ointment is, I think, I'm not 100% certain, I don't know whether junction 30-31 is shut at night or not. I don't know. There's left. So we've got to find a spot where I'm not going to get blocked in. I got blocked in last time I was in here. After saying, yeah, you park there, you'll be alright there, mate. No one will park in front of you. Well, they did. Ridiculous. So they have security here, but they don't really have anyone that directs for parking. They don't really need it, apart from when you come in really late, and then they're all over the place. So I don't know. Let's get in and have a look and see what they got. Oh, it's just looking busy already, look. Okay. I think I know where I'm going to go. These boys down here. If I go here, I can get out there. Yeah. Gonna do it. I can get straight out there. Just looking at the angles of the dangles. No one's going to be able to block me in, but yeah, I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So, this is the stockyard. I'm going in for a carvery and going to bed because I'm going to be starting work at ridiculous o'clock in the morning. Speak to you all later.